Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the English Practice Podcast. I'm Tom, and today we're talking about one of the biggest problems for English learners, how to understand native speakers when they speak fast. Many people say, I understand my teacher, but not real people or movies. That's very common. The reason is that real-life English sounds completely different from what we see in textbooks. Native speakers connect words, change sounds, and use a special rhythm. So today, we're going to show you why it sounds so fast and what you can do to catch every word more easily.
Yes, Tom. I think that's the number one question my students ask me, too. They often feel shocked when they hear real English for the first time. In lessons, everything is clear and slow. But in a movie or on the street, it feels like one long sound. The good news is there's a reason for that, and you can learn to understand it. English has something called connected speech, which means we join words together when we talk. Once you know the patterns, your brain will start recognizing them naturally. It's not magic, it's just training your ear to new sounds.
Exactly. And the first thing to remember is native speakers aren't really speaking faster. They're speaking smoother. Instead of saying every word separately, they connect them. For example, what are you doing often becomes what you doing, or I am going to bed becomes I'm gonna bed. The sounds blend together and that makes it seem faster. If you try to listen for each word, it's difficult, but if you listen for phrases, short chunks, it becomes easier. So stop listening for every tiny sound and start listening for meaning groups.
That's such a great point. I always tell my students that English is a chunk language. We speak in small groups of words, not one word at a time. If you train your ear to hear those groups, you'll suddenly start catching more in movies and songs. Another thing to know is that native speakers often use short forms called reductions. These are natural contractions that happen in real speech. For example, want to becomes wanna. Going to becomes gonna, and got to becomes gotta. These are not slang, they are just the way people talk in everyday life.
Right, and learning these short forms can really change how you understand English. For example, if you don't know that gonna means going to, you might miss half of what someone says. But once you recognize it, you'll realize you hear it everywhere. It's in movies, songs, and even in casual conversations between friends. So learning these reductions helps you understand real English faster. And if you start using them when you speak, you'll sound more natural too. Just don't overdo it or speak too quickly before you're ready.
Exactly. You don't have to force speed. The goal is to sound smooth, not fast. When you try to speak too quickly before you're ready, your brain can't keep up and you start making mistakes. The better way is to practice short, clear sentences and focus on rhythm. English has a special rhythm. Some words are strong and some are weak. For example, in I want to go home, we stress want and go, and the small words like to are very quick. When you get that rhythm, your speech becomes natural and easy to understand.
That's true. English is what we call a stress-timed language. It means that not all syllables take the same time. We give more time to important words and less to small ones. So when you listen to native speakers, try to notice the beat of the sentence. You can even tap your fingers to feel the rhythm. Once you get used to it, everything becomes clearer because your brain starts predicting what comes next. It's like listening to music. After a while, you can follow the melody without thinking.
And intonation, the rise and fall of the voice, is another big part of understanding native speakers. Sometimes, even if you don't know every word, you can understand the emotion from the tone. For example, when the voice goes up at the end, it's usually a question like, "You're coming?" But when it goes down, it's a statement like, "You're coming." So the melody of English tells you a lot about meaning. Practicing intonation also helps you sound more natural and expressive when you speak.
That's such an important skill. One great way to practice it is by doing something called shadowing. That means you listen to a short clip, maybe from a YouTube video, podcast, or movie, and repeat what the speaker says right after them, copying their rhythm, pronunciation, and intonation. It's like you're their echo. You don't have to get it perfect, but it trains your ear and your mouth at the same time. After a week of shadowing, you'll notice your pronunciation and listening both improve a lot.
Yes, shadowing is one of my favorite exercises too. When I was learning Spanish, I used to copy native speakers from Netflix shows. At first, I couldn't keep up, but little by little, my brain started catching patterns. It's the same with English. Your mouth learns how to move faster, and your ears get used to real connected speech. Start small, maybe 10 seconds at a time, and repeat it several times. You'll be amazed how much you can understand after a few days of practice.
That's a great exercise. And another great exercise is dictation. Just take a short audio, maybe from a podcast like ours, and try to write down exactly what you hear. Then check the subtitles or transcript. This helps you see which parts of speech are difficult for your ears. You'll notice that sometimes words disappear or change sound. That's connected speech in action. Doing this for even 5 minutes a day will make a big difference in your listening skills.
That's a great suggestion. And I also recommend learning chunks, not single words. For example, instead of memorizing go, learn go for a walk, go to bed, go out with friends. Native speakers think in phrases, not words. And when you learn them that way, you'll speak faster without translating. You can even write down your favorite chunks on sticky notes and say them aloud every morning. It's a simple trick, but it really helps build natural flow.
Yes, that's how you make English automatic. And listeners, please remember, you don't have to speak fast to sound fluent. You just need to speak smoothly and clearly. Fluency is about flow, not speed. If you focus on connecting your words naturally and using the right stress, speed will come by itself over time. Think of it like learning to drive. First, you learn to control the car, then you go faster safely.
I love that example. And I want to add something about motivation. Many learners get frustrated when they can't understand everything, but that's totally normal. You don't have to understand 100% of what you hear. If you get 60% or 70%, that's already great. Your brain is learning every time you listen. Even a few minutes of English every day will train your ear more than a long study session once a week.
That's right. Consistency is more powerful than intensity. Listening to English every day, even just 5 or 10 minutes, helps your brain stay connected to the language. You can listen while cooking, walking, or doing something simple. The more you expose yourself to natural English, the faster you'll adapt. It's like building a muscle. A little bit every day makes it stronger.
And to make it fun, you can choose content you actually enjoy. Watch your favorite series with subtitles, listen to songs, or follow English-speaking YouTubers who talk about things you like. If you enjoy it, you'll keep going, and that's the key. The more you listen, the more you'll understand without effort. It really becomes easier over time. You just have to keep going.
Exactly. And here's a small challenge for everyone listening. For the next 7 days, listen to 2 minutes of real English every day. It can be a podcast, a TV clip, or a song, anything. Don't focus on every word. Instead, try to catch the rhythm, tone, and main message. Then repeat 1 or 2 sentences out loud. After a week, you'll be surprised how much more you can understand.
That's a perfect challenge. And remember, progress is about small wins. Maybe today you understand 1 extra phrase. Next week, you'll understand a whole conversation. Every step counts. Don't compare yourself to others. Compare yourself to your past self. If you keep practicing, you'll see real improvement. Be patient and kind to yourself. You're doing something amazing.
Absolutely. So to wrap up, to understand native speakers and speak faster, you need to focus on how English sounds. Learn to recognize reductions like gonna and wanna, practice connected speech, work on your rhythm and stress, and listen to real English every day. Over time, your brain will get used to the flow, and you'll stop feeling lost when people talk quickly.
Before we finish, let's talk about common listening traps. Sometimes learners think they don't understand because the speaker is too fast, but often it's about key words. Focus on the important nouns, verbs, and adjectives, the words that carry meaning. Function words like the, of may be reduced or almost disappear, but they don't change the main idea.
Yes. Here's an exercise. Take a short audio clip, 2 or 3 sentences. Don't try to write every word. Instead, write only the key words you hear. After listening, check the transcript or subtitles. You'll notice that even if you missed some small words, you understood the message. This trains your brain to catch meaning, not sounds.
Exactly. And another tip, slow down audio first, then gradually speed it up. Apps like YouTube, Spotify, or language learning platforms allow you to listen at 0.75x speed. At first, your brain notices individual sounds. Then, when you increase the speed to normal, connected speech feels easier.
And don't forget repetition. Listen to the same clip multiple times. First, focus on meaning. Second, notice reduced forms like wanna, gonna, lemme. Third, shadow the sentences aloud. Each repetition builds both listening and speaking fluency.
Speaking of shadowing, let's do a mini practice together. Listeners, repeat after me. I'm going to go to the store. Now, faster. I'm gonna go to the store. One more time with natural rhythm. I'm gonna go to the store. Did you notice how the words connect? That's connected speech in action.
Great example. And you can do this daily with your favorite TV show or YouTube clip. Pick a sentence, pause, repeat, imitate stress, intonation, and rhythm. Even 5 minutes a day trains your ears and mouth together.
Another thing, listening in chunks is powerful. Don't aim for single words. For example, instead of hearing, I am going to eat lunch, your brain should recognize, I'm gonna eat lunch, as one chunk. It's faster, smoother, and closer to real speech.
Let's practice another chunk. Repeat after me. What do you want to do today? Faster, connected. What do you want to do today? That's exactly what native speakers say. If you notice, what do you becomes what'ya. Tiny reductions make a huge difference in understanding.
Yes, and don't worry if it feels strange at first. Your brain needs time to adjust. Keep listening and repeating. After a week or two, these chunks start sounding natural, not weird.
Now, let's talk about listening with subtitles. Many learners avoid subtitles, but they can help a lot if you use them wisely. Watch with subtitles first to catch new words, then without subtitles to practice listening. This way you train both recognition and memory.
Here's a mini challenge. Listen to a 30-second clip with subtitles. Then close your eyes and listen again. Try to catch at least 3 phrases you recognize. Repeat them out loud. That's exactly how your brain learns to decode connected speech.
Another great tip is listening while doing something else, like walking, cooking, or cleaning. It may sound distracting, but your brain picks up patterns subconsciously. Over time, you'll notice that you can understand faster without even focusing entirely.
And let's not forget songs. Music is fantastic for listening practice. Lyrics are repetitive, often use reductions, and have rhythm. Try singing along. You'll hear wanna, gonna, lemme, and many more. It's fun and effective.
Speaking of rhythm, tapping your fingers to the beat of a sentence can help. Stress the important words and skim the small ones. For example, I'm going to the store. Stress going and store, say the rest quickly. It trains your ear to predict the pattern of English sentences.
Yes, and another interactive exercise, pick 5 common reductions like wanna, gonna, gotta, lemme, gonna. Listen to a sentence with each, then repeat it aloud 3 times. Try different speeds. Your mouth will learn to move naturally, and your ear will recognize the words faster.
Let's also talk about context clues. Even if you don't understand every word, context helps. For example, if someone says, "I'm starving, let's grab some food," and you only hear starving and food, you still understand the meaning. Your brain learns to fill in missing words naturally.
Exactly. And over time, your brain predicts words before they're even fully spoken. That's why listening to English daily, even a little bit, is crucial. Predicting makes you faster and more confident.
Another fun exercise is listening and rewriting. Take a short clip, write exactly what you hear, then compare with the transcript. Highlight reductions, stress, and connected words. This gives insight into real pronunciation versus textbook English.
Yes, and don't forget intonation practice. Even if you miss a word, the rise and fall of the voice tells you if it's a question, statement, or exclamation. For example, "You're coming" goes up, "You're coming" goes down. Mimicking intonation helps comprehension and makes your speech more natural.
Now for a listening challenge for the next month. Pick a short clip or song every day. Listen first for main meaning, then for chunks, then for reductions. Shadow sentences aloud. Repeat reductions 3 to 5 times. Write down one new phrase or idiom.
And track your progress. Record yourself once a week repeating the same sentence. Compare your rhythm, stress, and pronunciation. You'll hear how much you improve. Small steps consistently lead to big results.
Exactly. And here's one last tip. Don't panic if you miss words. It's normal. Focus on meaning, stress, and rhythm. Your comprehension will grow naturally if you stay consistent. Think of it like building a puzzle. Each piece helps you see the bigger picture.
So remember, listeners, focus on chunks, not individual words. Learn reductions and connected speech. Practice rhythm and intonation. Shadow, repeat, and listen daily. Use context to fill in gaps. All of these together will make native English sound slower and easier to understand.
And the best part, your speaking will improve automatically. Once you can recognize connected speech and reductions, you'll also start speaking smoothly and naturally without thinking about every word.
Yes, and don't forget to have fun while learning. Pick content you enjoy, repeat phrases, sing along, and make it playful. Your brain remembers things better when it's engaged and happy.
So that's it for today. We hope you feel more confident about understanding native speakers. Practice daily, focus on rhythm, stress, and reductions, and soon, fast English will feel normal.
Thank you for joining us. Try our listening challenge this week, share your progress with us, and remember, small, consistent practice is the secret to fluency.
See you next time on English Practice Podcast. Keep listening, keep speaking, and enjoy the journey.
Bye, everyone, and remember, English is not just a language, it's a rhythm. Feel it, follow it, and you'll understand it naturally.
And once that happens, you'll also start speaking naturally with confidence and flow. You won't think about every word, you'll just communicate. That's the moment when English becomes fun, not stressful. Keep practicing and don't give up. Every minute you spend listening or speaking brings you closer to fluency.
Well said, Lisa, and thank you all for joining us today. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, share it with your friends, and follow us on Instagram at English Practice Podcast.
Yes, we love hearing from you. Tell us how your listening challenge goes this week. Remember, don't just study English, live it.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Stay confident, keep practicing, and we'll see you in the next episode.